Lesson 2, Nonfiction Text Features. Nonfiction is just so unique and special. I mean, check out this picture, the graphics, the photographs that they use, all the different features that just stand out to us. Like this, a close-up. I mean, check out this, a scary fish here with his little tricky light that he has to lure his prey into his scary mouth. So what do you think that makes the nonfiction different from other types of texts? Nonfiction uses some very special text features to help us as readers navigate the text and make connections to the new information we gather. So we really have to become those nonfiction detectives to look for those special types of text features and help us, because it's going to help us navigate through the text and understand it better. Text features help us organize and identify information. They give us those clues that help us uncover new information. It determines what is important in the text. It finds answers to our questions. Text features are awesome because they like scream out, "Hey, look at me. I'm important. Check out my information." And it really helps us understand the text a lot better. So text features can show us information, tell us information, help us find information, and definitely helps us organize information. So I kind of like this graphic because it tells text features can show, tell, find, and organize. And it really helps us become that learning engineer. So many different text features that we're going to find are captions and labels, photographs, illustrations, table of contents, index, diagrams, cutaways, charts and graphs, timelines, different types of prints, headings, subheadings, titles, glossaries, charts and graphs. So when we go back to our mentor text of oceanography, remember this is a dip in, dip out book. It's a reference book. We can quickly open it and find our information really quick and then learn a new fact from it. So if we open up this book, we would have to tell the name of the text, which is Oceanography, the study of oceans, the page that we found the text feature. We would write the text feature, give the exact example from the text, and what did we learn from it? So if we go back to the science of oceanography, did you know that hot molten rock is oozing from the seafloor? Have you ever heard the whales sing as they travel? Can you imagine swimming beneath a thick sheet of ice? Do you know about the octopus that pretends it's a snake? If any of these questions interest you, you might want to learn about oceanography. Oceanography is the study of Earth's oceans and seas. And look over here, like the arrow pointing to the picture. Some divers wear special metal suits to protect themselves when working with dangerous sharks. That would not want to be me. I would not want to be in there. And look at over here, caption. Feeding a shark can be a dangerous task. I would think so. So here is the title of chapter 1. That's this text feature. Over here is a caption. That's a text feature. Over here, we've got more. We've got bold word, organisms. And if we go back, we've got the word organism is in bold words, and then we know that we can look up in the back of the book in a glossary and find the word organisms, and it's living plants or animals. So bold words, glossary, illustrations and captions and labels and a timeline. These is what we would complete this graphic organizer with oceanography, the study of oceans.
Let's talk about nonfiction text features. Text features are the things found in nonfiction materials that help you make sense of what you're reading. These text features can also help you decide which pieces of information are the most helpful to you. Titles are usually located at the top of the page or front cover. They tell you what the book, article, or chapter is called. Some books and articles have subtitles. The subtitle gives more information about the title. The beginning of a nonfiction book or article often has a table of contents. The table of contents tells you on what page each chapter or section begins. Nonfiction materials use lots of tools to share information. Charts, graphs, and tables organize data and statistics to make it easier to read. Photographs and illustrations often have captions underneath them. Captions give more information about the picture. A diagram is a simple drawing that shows the parts of something or how it works. Diagrams have labels that tell you what each part is called. Some nonfiction materials have maps. A map shows where something is located. A timeline shows the order of when things happened. Timelines are often used with historical events. Nonfiction materials often use bold and italic letters to draw attention to important words. Bold words are made with dark, heavy lines. Words in italics are slanted. Sometimes the bold and italic words can be found in the glossary at the end of the book. The glossary is like a mini dictionary that gives definitions of the keywords found in the book. The index is usually the very last page of the book or article. It tells you on what pages you can find important information or keywords. Words in the index are listed in alphabetical order. Nonfiction text features are the things found in nonfiction materials that help you make sense of what you read. Let's look at the text features we've learned so far. Title, subtitle, table of contents, chart, graph, table, captions, diagram, labels, map, timeline, bold, italic, glossary, index.
All right, we're going to try to find these important text features in an article called A Fang-tastic Find. And as we're not going to be really reading the article, we're just looking for those important text features that we've been studying. And automatically I see right away a photograph. Now, in nonfiction articles, you really want to say those real types of pictures are not just pictures, they're called photographs. And next to the photograph, you have these little words, and this is called a caption. And captions tell you what the picture is. So this is actually an actor from the movie Dracula, and it was from 1931. Kind of creepy. Then over here on the right-hand side is another important text feature, and this is called a map. And another one over here, this is something that you guys already know, and it's called the title. That's an important text feature. And something that might be new to you all is this right over here. This is called a deck. And a deck basically tells you what you're going to be reading about. It kind of it sets you up for what you are going to read, and it gives you the main idea. So this says, scientists discover vampire skeletons in Europe. So we're actually going to be reading about vampires and how they're found in Europe, these skeletons. And that's why this map is so important, because it's telling us where we could actually find those skeletons. So as we continue, a fantastic find. Again, this is the deck, and that's telling us what the main idea of the article is, basically what we're going to be reading. And as I continue, I see another important thing, and this is another type of photograph. Not a picture, it's a photograph. And on the bottom is another type of caption, and this caption tells us what the picture is. And inside this photograph, I see a little bit like a diagram pointing to this area, and this is called a state. All right, then we have bold word, a bold print. And this, every time you see a word in bold, that's another type of text feature, and that's telling you that's an important word that we need to know in the text, or maybe a new word that you don't know. And when we see that it's in bold, we are going to find what it means in the glossary. That's another type of text feature that we could use to help us define those important words that are in bold. Another type of one that we could see is another type of text feature would be italicized words, like the word Dracula. Again, so this is many different types of text features that we would find in a nonfiction article. All right, so now we got to complete that graphic organizer, learning from nonfiction text features, and we need to give it the text title, which is another type of text feature. A fantastic find is the name of the article. And one of the text features I chose was the deck. And a specific example, I'm actually just going to write from what the article said. Scientists discover vampire skeletons in Europe. And what did I learn from it? It tells me basically what we'll be reading in this article. Another text feature that I felt useful was the caption. An example of that is one of the stake skeletons found that was found in Bulgaria. And what did I learn from it? It gives me evidence, proof that they found it. It shows me what it looks like. And it describes the photo and where they would find the skeleton. Another type of text feature that was useful was a glossary and helped me define the word legend. And what did I learn from that glossary? Well, I learned that legend means story passed down from earlier times. So this is what we are going to do in our reads. We're going to be looking for those important text features, the examples of them, and what you learned from them.